Noticed there were no videos up of anyone changing their coolant, so I'm going to try to walk you guys through this. First thing you got to do is remove your seat and get to your tools. You should be able to do everything you need with this toolkit right here. If not, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. And then the next thing is use these tools that we have. We're going to remove the fairing to get to everything. This is all the tools I'm using. This pan obviously is going to catch the coolant when we're done. I'm going to use some distilled water to run through it and clean it out real quick. Maybe use another jug even. And this is what the coolant's going back in. Just replacing it with some Prestone 50/50. It's good for everything, especially aluminum and all that, which our engines have. This is how I'm putting it back in. I'm going to use this soap cap here, this thing, hooked up to this hose to suck the coolant out of the reservoir in there. So I'm going to take off the fairings and then we'll get to the next one. Okay, so I've taken part of the fairings off. I'm going to leave this part on. Turns out you can't do it all with the tools, so you need an 8mm socket. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to loosen the cap here, take it off. Oops, it's my hand. So there we go. Going to take that off so that we get, so it's not holding up the pressure, and when we loosen this next screw, coolant should come flying out. Hopefully we'll catch it all in the pan. Watch that piece. Yeah, you just turn it counterclockwise and should come right off. Maybe not. I don't know what that's for. We'll find out later. There's definitely some sort of catch here. You got the cap off. As you can see in there, you got to push down and twist pretty good so it doesn't blow up in your face if it's hot. Now we're going to loosen up this guy right here, and we're going to start seeing some coolant come out. It's going to be nasty. I'm not the original owner of this bike, and I don't know if it's ever been changed. So it should come out pretty good. I'm going to put this down once it really starts going because I'm going to need to catch it. So I'll be back after we get this drained. Okay, so that actually came out pretty green, which is surprising. One thing I will say is when you take this off, make sure you get it off quick, because if you go about it slow, like you want to start taking it off with your fingers as soon as you get it loose. This thing you have to put down because otherwise it's going to start spraying up and in all directions. The other thing I did was I dumped a little bit of water through just so this was coming out pretty clear. I'm still going to flush the whole system. And then this is round 2 here. What I did is I took the cap off of the soap, put it into this tube, and then up here, I actually didn't even have to take off the tank. What you'll see is in the, I don't know how well you can see, in that reservoir cap there, you can just pop it off from in here. Stuck my finger in, popped it off, put this tube down it, and then you just got to get some suction going. And we're going to use this to, I got this off the internet. We'll see if this works. Okay, so the fuel pump method actually worked pretty well. The soap pump, you just have to be pretty fast and furious with it. 2 hands, one hand holding it here, other hand just hammering away, and keep it in there and just squirt it all out. So I've actually put the top back on the fuel pump and the radiator. I've filled them both with water. I don't think you need to put the radiator cap back on for this part, but I'm going to just anyway. Show you guys and get it off again. Basically I'm just going to run it with the water, rinse it out, and then put all the normal oil back in, coolant back in. So alright, okay, so did the water flush, and then I just filled it all back up with some nice bright green coolant. So put some in the radiator, and then I just use, you know, one of these guys to get it back in the overflow, which is now up to full. Just running the bike for a few minutes to let it go through the system. And then what we're going to do is check it again. As long as it doesn't need to be topped off, I'm going to put the other safety screw back on. Remember, don't open that when the bike's hot. I mean, even after a couple minutes it gets pretty warm. So this is just to make sure it runs through the system, see if there's any extra space. It also works extra well for me because I'm changing my oil today, so you want to do that when the bike's a little warm too. Alright, if I do any other maintenance, I'll make another video.